Your wholesaling superpowers. Do you know what they are? Guys, it's Rick Ginn here with Flip with Rick, and you know what to do. Before we get into it, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. What are your wholesaling superpowers? And you're probably saying, dude, Rick, I just got started in the business, or I'm only 3 months into it. Maybe you're only 6 months into it. Maybe you're a year into it and you're waiting to do your first deal. So how can I have a superpower? So let's go over it. Let's think about this. So say you just got started in the business, and at some point, everybody just got started doing something, no difference in wholesaling, and this is why I'm doing this video. So if you're just starting out, you probably have this overwhelming feeling of like, oh my God, I'm so far behind the 8 ball. I don't know how to write contracts. My confidence is down. Let's go down the list of everything you don't think you have. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use it to your advantage and how to find your wholesaling power to make you absolutely unstoppable. This is one of the secrets I didn't share with a lot of people that made a huge difference in my first 6 months in wholesaling. So let's face it, you lack experience. That's a given. So with experience specifically, you're probably like, Rick, I don't know how to negotiate. Trust me, you do. If you ever had a boyfriend, girlfriend, kids, anything like that, all life is a negotiation. So I'm going to show you how to take care of that. I don't understand the legal part of wholesaling. Well, guess what? I'm going on 19 years. I still don't understand everything legally that goes on with it. I know it better, but definitely in the beginning, I definitely didn't know that part. Your connections are probably going to be nil to none. So start out with your first connection, like right here on Flip with Rick, with myself, with Zach, with like-minded people that want to accomplish the exact same thing you do and earn 6 figures while earning all the freedom you can get. Let's see what else we can do. I don't have any properties to wholesale, Rick. What am I supposed to do? You are right. I mean, your back is up against the wall. You've got to find a way to make this work. Rick, I don't have any money. I don't have any capital. Like, how am I going to do this? Well, the beauty of wholesaling, it's never required. Your marketing. I don't know how to market, Rick. I got a rough idea, but like I'm scared to death to get started. Maybe I should just wrap it up and quit. Stop your whining. Stop your crying. Let's get a plan to get you through this, because I started out just like this. Zach started out at 17 with this exact same problem, and you have it. And that's probably why you're watching the video. So here's a little secret that most people don't understand. And by the way, this would work in any business, but it is particularly important in wholesaling. What you lack, you have to compensate and find your strengths to offset it. So let me show you what I mean. So when I started out, I gotta be honest with you, man, I was scared to death. And I was 33. I was going into uncharted waters. I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know how to take it down. I didn't know the lingo. I didn't know the language. I didn't have the connections. Definitely didn't have the money. So here's where I started. I decided anybody I was going to connect and communicate with in the wholesaling arena to real estate, I was going to be super attentive, meaning I was going to use my ears a lot, and my enthusiasm was going to trump anybody else. Because here's the secret. Have you ever met someone that has no idea what they're doing, but they're so excited and they're having so much fun? You just love their energy. I've given people jobs just based on their enthusiasm that actually had no business even being in their job, but they were so excited and they were so enthusiastic. It just, like, I had to be around this person. So start with your strength, and we're going to use that as a superpower in wholesaling. So if you're an excitable person like me, I get really excited. I love momentum. I love talking to people. I love connecting. I used this in my first few deals, and I still use it today. My enthusiasm blew everybody out of the water. Like, oh my God, do you always have this much energy? My wife's like, do you always have this much energy? Yes, I do. 25 years in the marriage, I have this much energy. I have this much energy around my son. We get so excited about talking about real estate, you think we just started out in the business. And that, my friends, can be your superpower, but it doesn't stop there. So start with enthusiasm. Enthusiasm cures so many issues in any business, particularly in wholesaling. It's contagious. People like it. I promise you, your sellers will love it. Although if you have a subdued seller, I wouldn't get too excited. You always want to mirror on how your seller's doing. But with your buyers, with your title companies, people just love to be around fun people, and being excitable and enthusiastic makes the experience much more pleasurable for everyone, especially when you don't know what you're doing. So is your superpower enthusiasm? But enthusiasm is just one. I can go down this list. So I gave you a list of all the obstacles that you're lacking due to your experience. So let's find your superpower. I'm gonna go through a list right now. You find out what your superpower is, and I want you in the comment in this video to say, this is my superpower, this is how I'm gonna overcome my lack of experience in wholesaling and absolutely crush it. Excitement, hustle. You guys know what hustle means. You don't have to hustle forever in wholesaling, but I will tell you, if you're starting out, hustle is everything. Hustle just means you will do whatever it takes to get a deal. And I talk about this all the time. Are you willing to make 10,000 phone calls? Are you willing to get rejected 9,999 times to get your first wholesale deal? If your answer to that is yes, then that is your superpower and that is what you're going to run with. So enthusiastic, excitement, hustle, which I love. Let's talk about rapport building. Do you have the ability to connect with anybody you talk to? If you do, it's your superpower. Use your superpower in wholesaling. It will drastically cut your learning curve in half and it'll actually make your experience more enjoyable and you'll have a lot of fun. So if you're good at rapport building, it means you can connect with just about anybody in a 10 or 15 minute conversation. If you use that skill set just with your sellers, you'll be blown away on how many deals you can get. Now, my rapport building was probably one of my top 3 superpowers and I used it to my advantage. So if you don't know how to negotiate, but you know how to build rapport, you can always learn negotiations and your rapport will help bridge that gap till you get the experience level. Because rapport building is something, I'm not gonna say it's not trainable, but like either you like talking to people and connecting with them or you don't. And that's okay if you don't, we'll just find another superpower. So don't forget about rapport building, it's absolutely huge. I like to use the word relentless pursuit. Same along the lines as hustle, but like what are you willing to do to get a deal? And if you got to put sweat equity into this wholesaling business because you have a lack of money, you have to be relentless. What do I mean by relentless? If you plan on knocking on 100 doors today, knock on 110. So it doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, there's a storm coming down, if they've shut down society for something, your relentless pursuit will get you through it. What about those days you just don't feel like working, like doing wholesaling? You have to get through it. Look at it. If any of you guys do any type of exercise regimen, you know not every day you feel like working out or going for that run or going for that walk. But those of you that are relentless, like I can't deal with myself if I don't get this done. Now, I've always had that ability in wholesaling. And if you can follow along those lines, you will do amazing. Guys, these are your superpowers. Your superpowers is about your resourcefulness, not your resources. So you agree that right now you have more resources available to you today for wholesaling than any other time. And you're joining in right now on a free mastermind training from a guy who's done this 19 years, very successful doing it. No reason you can't do the same as it. So you have resources. Now you need to use resourcefulness, which means you need to find to harvest stuff from within you that's already available to you and just repackage it to your superpowers in wholesaling. Last but not least, just going that extra mile, especially for sellers, helping them out. Like really, a lot of times just being a human being. So if a seller's going to meet with 3 or 4 other wholesalers, you have to stick at top of mind no matter what. And go, man, I don't know what it is about that Rick guy, but I just like him, man. And sometimes the spouse goes, yeah, but he didn't have the best offer. She goes, yeah, but I think he'll get it done. And I don't think he's going to play games with us. And he's so enthusiastic. It's so much fun to be around him. Like, let's give him a shot. And that's how a lot of businesses are born. And I'm telling you, if you will just harvest your superpower, what is it? I need to know it in the comments now. Guys, I'm not going to go over the list of what you don't have because that's in plain sight and it's easy to harp on that. So if you can just begin by grabbing your superpower and identifying it. And so if you're still stuck on go, hey, Rick, I don't know what my superpower is. Do me a favor. When you get off this video, go over, see your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever it is, a cousin, business partner, whatever it is, and say, listen, what do you think my superpower is? And just shut your mouth. Don't give them any guidance in it. And I almost guarantee you they're going to come out and go, well, Rick, you have this ability to talk to people in a way that just engages them and they just want to kind of be around you. And if I had to pick just your one superpower, it's your ability to connect with people. Okay, you guys know the old saying is, don't focus on what you're weak on, go and accent what you're best at. So if you're best at connecting with people and talking to them, make that your superpowers. Listen, a lot of the stuff that you don't want to do, like I hate accounting, I hate doing financial spreadsheets. I want to look at them and know where I'm at and see that I can chart the progress, but I'm not sitting in QuickBooks every day. I hate it with a passion, and to this day, 19 years, I'm not allowed to touch any of the financials in our business. I just sign checks, and that's what I do. Your superpower is what is going to make the difference from you being a successful wholesaler versus a struggling wholesaler. Instead of relying completely on resources, I want you to focus on being resourcefulness. Find the things that you can make a difference in your customers' lives, anybody that works with you or anybody you come in contact with real estate. Guys, how do you think I met with so many lawyers for so little to no money? I was enthusiastic, I was excited. I always try to help their business out, and you are going to be doing the same. Listen, the only thing standing between you and being a successful wholesaler is you. There is no competition in this business. Okay, a lot of people say there's only collaboration. I agree completely with it. Your biggest competition is yourself and your thinking. Let's use the resources. Let's use Flip with Rick. Let's use Zach. Let's use Rick. This is great. It's up to you to use the resourcefulness to find your superpowers to be the best at wholesaling. And the superpowers will so magnify everything else you're missing that everybody's going to do business with you. As you do more and more wholesale deals, guess what? You get more experience, you get more customers, you get more connections, you get more networking, you get more properties to wholesale. It is a huge win-win for everybody involved. Guys, stop trying to fix everything you're really bad at, and why don't you focus on the things that you're really, really good at and amplify them even more. And I'm telling you, this little secret alone has made just an incredible difference in my business, especially in my first 6 months of starting out. Guys, if you're just starting out, identify your superpower as soon as possible. Grab a loved one, somebody you trust, brother, sister, family, spouse, whatever it is, and ask them to help you identify your one single best superpower. And I want you to run with it, and then you can find 2 more that you can amplify. And so when you get in those sticky situations where you don't quite know what you're doing, but everyone's like, man, he's a lot of fun. I like him. He's enthusiastic. He has a positive attitude. She's a great girl. She seems to be authentic. And by the way, authenticity could be your superpower as well too. So guys, tell me in the comments below what your superpower is and how you're going to use it to blow up your wholesaling business. I would love to hear the feedback on it. Or are you guys just avoiding your superpowers? It's just a big mistake I see a lot of wholesalers doing. They're always trying to fix their weaknesses. In reality, you should be using your resourcefulness to magnify your superpowers, your strengths, to overcome the inexperience you have in the beginning, because people just want to do business with you because you're an awesome person and you just attract it in your life. So do me a favor. This is Rick with Flip with Rick. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Receive the absolute best free information on wholesaling available on the internet today. This is your boy Rick, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.